Hi, this is Allie from Allie Katz Crafts. I'm here to give you a video on my delightful wishes. I have this card and one more, and you're not going to see what I'm going to do. But I leave little notes like this on my stuff so that I can remember what I'm going to do because I plan out a little bit in advance. But I want to show you something. The great friend Lori had sent me this, more messages. And I told you how to do it, but I didn't show you. So I thought before I started the video, I wanted to show you how to do this. It's not hard at all. So I take a piece of white paper and I cut it down to 5.5 and I place it right up against the corner of my apparatus. Take my magnet it'll kill you if you don't watch out, I'm telling you. Then like I said, I lay my stamp on here so it's a cling and I test where it's going to go. So it looks like it's good right there. The next thing I do is I bring in my ink, and this time I'm going to use Night of Navy. Now this ink really stains. Look at this. Yeah. Me and my inky fingers, trust me. So then I take it, and you don't push hard because you don't want to get the ink right here, and that happens really fast. So you just go tap, you literally tap, tap, tap. I mean, you're barely touching it, but you got to make sure it's inked up. Okay, so you're just going to go like this all the way around. Being very careful that you don't get on the sides. Trust me, I did it, and it did not turn out very good. So you want to be very careful how you do it. So you get all inked up nicely. Then you just fold it over. And the nice thing about the stamp apparatus is that it won't move around. And if you have to do it more than once, you can. So I take this is like a little push, it has a belt on it, and I push on it a little bit, and I just go around to get even pressure. Now the cool thing about this is if you don't get it down really good the first time, watch. So I know there's certain spots like right here, right there, just gonna kind of give a little pressure. So I lift it up and I can take a look at it. Okay, that looks pretty good, but it's not as dark as I want, see? Looks really good. Very happy with that. So I'm going to go along and tap, tap, tap one more time. Just barely touch it. That's very important. Because I was thinking, you know, how you do a normal sentence. Not good. You don't want to do that. So I'm just see, I actually went over a little bit. So I'm going to pull that off. And this is how I get inky fingers. Because you don't want that on your paper. Because when you cut it out, it's not going to be good. So I'll bring it back over. Take my little, you know, you play skee ball? That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's one of those, like a skee ball thing. So I'm going to press down. Not overly hard, but you want to press it down so that it'll touch because it is a foam thing. And with this, because it is a red rubber, I don't have to put the little foam piece in there. So if I was to use one of the clear stamps like this one, I have a piece of foam that I put underneath. Let's press it down real good, and I'll lift it up and see what it looks like. I almost set it on my ink. That would not have been good. Oh, look at how dark and beautiful that is. Look at that. That turned out perfect. So then I'm going to remove this. Now what I normally do is I would take it and put it in my die cut machine and put the thing on. So I'm going to set this aside. What's nice is I could just take off this whole hinge like this and take it to the sink and just rinse it off. But I'm not going to do that right now, but I just want to show you that. And I can put the hinge back on and go back to stamping. But if I want to do more than one stamp, then I'll do multiple of them. And do that. So the next step you take, and I've already done it, so we don't have to bring the die cut machine is you line up your little die cut and you cut it out. And this is what you get. Every single one is cut perfectly where it should be. And you can see, and here's the die. So when I get ready to put it on the next one, see they're all cut out. Perfect, look at that. And I don't have to do a bunch of stamping. Thank you, Lori. Look at that. This is my third one I've cut out so far. So this one will be my fourth. So I will take this and I will line it up. Let's see, does it go like that? It goes just like that. I'll line it up just like this. and washi tape it down where I want it. Just kind of look at it, make sure it's all even. I need to bring it down a little bit because see, just a note wasn't quite ready. I'll lay that right there, and my washi tape kind of got messed up over here. It's okay. Then I'll grab my plate, put it on the plate, and just run it through the cutting machine, and it'll cut it out just like this. And you have all of this. So isn't that really neat? So I want to show you that so you know what it's about. So if you want one, I recommend, if you want something that does all your sentiments, this is a good deal, good thing. Okay, so I will do that later. So now we're going to move on to our card. And I have a sample, because I did this with my seniors. Let me close my ink up really quick so I don't get my hands in it. Okay, so this is the card I did with the seniors. And wait, I did several of these because, here we go. This is the original one. I did a little different, did something different on this one. But we're gonna make this card tonight. On the inside, it says thinking of you, wishing you a happy birthday. Let's back this up a tiny bit, okay? Now the flowers, you notice how these are a little bit lighter, these ones darker, so we're gonna use these dark flowers, okay? So we're gonna use those. We're also going to use the Starstruck embossing folder. We will use the dies out of this kit, and it's, they're on my die cut machine, so I can't really show you them all, but you can see that there some are in there, okay? So this is the die set we're using. So I die cut a branch and 3 different flowers with their little tops, and this came out of the sayings, more messages to say. And that's what I'm using on mine. I cut 3 flowers out of the DSP, and I used 2 different shades of yellow. I think this one is the Daffodil Delight. This one right here, no, it's not. This is the Crushed Curry. This is the Daffodil Delight. Okay. So what you want to do very first thing is, and I've already done that, so we don't have to bring the die cut machine, is I want to take this is one of the pieces that you have in there. Okay. So my card's going to be a landscape. So I put it in my die cut machine before I embossed it, and I die cut that. And I did it over here. So I ran it through 2 times, okay? Just so that when I get ready to do the next piece, so this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. The layer before that, let's start from the beginning. Here's the card base. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored to 4 1/4, and folded. The next piece we're gonna layer on is this one. That is 5 1/4 by 4. So we'll layer that on first. We'll get our layers done so that we kind of go in the right order like I like to do. I was getting a little ahead of myself. So this is exactly 1/4 of an inch all the way around, or 1/4 of an inch, however you want to say it. I'll put that right there, press it down really good, and then you'll emboss this. After you've cut, use this die cut to cut out the little flowers. See cute little flowers, how they look? So the reason I did that was, look, when I put it down here, the yellow shows through. So that makes it kind of a little bit different. So put some glue on this. Now it's embossed, so I'm gonna put a little extra. Make sure you go all the way pretty close to the edge. My glue is a little bit watery tonight because it kept getting stuck in the thing because of the, I left the lid off, okay, I'll admit it. And it kind of got all hard in there a little bit, so in order to do that, you put a tiny bit of water in it, shake it up real good, and eventually it'll start to go back to the right consistency. But it does not buckle the paper. But if it did, like I tell my seniors, because sometimes they like the watery glue because it's easier to move around. So what I'll say is, after you're done with the card, put it under a book overnight, and it'll be just like me, you won't even know. So the next thing, so that's done so far. I'm going to prepare my sentiment. Okay, since this has already been cut out, I have a strip of paper. It's 1/2 inch by 4 1/4. Okay, so I'm going to glue this in the middle of here. Okay, we'll get this all ready. Then I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to fussy cut around the little edge. Got a little overspill there, like this. Do the best you can. If you can't do that, you could always just go like that on each end. No big deal, okay? But I kind of wanted it to go the same shape as this. I thought that would look better. But I understand. If you don't want to do that, you can do anything you want. It's your card. If you don't want to use this sentiment, you can get another one out. Inside this particular one, there's all kinds of sayings. I'll go over them again because I don't think I did that every time. It says, wishing you were here, wishing you all the best, wishing you a happy birthday, wishing lots of love, and wishing you well. So it doesn't say congratulations, but wait until you see what I do on the inside. So we have our sentiment going. So now you're going to take and glue it down to the bottom corner, about right here. Because you want that where you want it so that when you get ready to lay your stuff down, you need to know where to go, okay? The next step, that's my envelope, you're going to glue down your little branch. And you want to put it right about here, okay? Maybe a little bit lower, like that, okay? So you're going to put little drops of glue here and there. Like so. Okay, so now you have your little branch down. The next thing you want to do is let's push that aside. You want to build your flowers. So you have the inside and the outside of the small one, and then the big one, you have the inside and the outside, okay? So let's start building these. Now these, I like to take a look at it and see where it's going to go. So it kind of goes one way. So, and that's, nope, that's not how it goes. So I have to pick it up sometimes and look at it really good. Because you want, see this little bottom right here? You want to make sure it has a place to go. So you just kind of move it around until you find it. This looks like the right place right here, but it's not. So I'm pretty sure it's this one. There we go, I found, nope, did not find it. Darn it. Maybe it's that one. Nope. This is the hardest part I found. Aha, there we go, that's where it goes. So I'm gonna pick it up. I know now where it goes, and I'll put my glue in strategic parts. Okay. And it goes right here. Okay, so that's the first one. And this one is really easy. It just lines up like that. This one's not hard at all. Put that one down. I like to, you know, I'm supposed to be using this special mat that Lori told me about. Am I using it? No. Let me get that really quick. I almost forgot. I set it off to the side because I was using it earlier. There. That way I don't get glue all over my table, all over my glass mat. Keeps everything cleaner. And I need to get in the habit of using it because I'm out of the habit, or I have never been in the habit really, but I have not developed that habit. Now I need to. So there we go, there's those. The next thing is you want to grab this little brown thing and put it in the middle. Now I am missing one of my brown ones. I don't know where it went. So I can only put one on, but let me run over to my die cut. It might be over there where I left it. Give me 1 second. So I glue that one down, or it could be on the floor. Yes, it's on the floor. Everything always ends up on the floor, right? At least I didn't have to go search on the die cut machine. So put that one right there. Then I'm going to grab these little flowers. I remember the little trick I showed you? Poke it in the middle in my hand. Now, if you don't want to use your finger, you could grab anything. Let me get a pin out. Make sure it's closed and just push it in. Okay, and that'll do the same thing. There's 3 flowers. And I cut this out of the DSP. So this looks really good like that. Okay, we're building our flowers. So now I have all these little sequins over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue here in each of these. I'm going to grab my sequence and put it in the middle. Push it down. Okay. All these bits and pieces make a beautiful card. Sometimes you have to do that, you know. And I'll take my scissors or my take or pick whatever and just push it in there so it adheres to the glue. Okay, those flowers are done. So the next thing, you're going to bring your card back in. I'm going to go in a little bit closer so you can see. There. I just have to remember to come back out. So I'm going to grab my first flower. I'm going to give it a little bend, just like I did the other one. And I'm going to put some glue right in the middle here. And then place it right about here. Grab one of my large leaves. And put it right over here. Push it down. And one of my smaller leaves will go right up under here. Okay. Grab my next flower. Do the same thing. Give a little push up. I almost forgot. Stick it right there. And the reason I put in a lot of glue is because this is embossed surface. You want to get lots of glue there. You want it to seep into there. Okay. Now notice that. See how the pretty yellow that shows through? That's why I did that, because I really liked how that yellow showed through. So the next thing, I'm going to grab my little flowers and start gluing them down. Put one right here. I think one right there. And then one about right there. Okay. The very last things, I have a couple more embellishments here. I have a few more. So I have these cute little flowers right here. So I'm going to take and put them one here, one over here, and one probably about right there, I think. Put these little flowers down. And they do stick up a little bit, so you need to pay extra postage for it. I would. Okay, whoops, that did not stick. So I'm going to wait a little bit for that. Take my taker picker. Give it a nice good push. Make sure everything's stuck down. Okay. Let that dry for a couple seconds. It won't take very long. One more thing. My good friend Lori gave me some of these mini dimensionals, mini dots. And I'm going to put this on the back of my bow. This is so much easier than the ones I have from the paper pumpkin. Thank you, Lori. And I think I'm going to put it right about here. So I have a cute little bow. I'll stick it under the leaf a little bit, under the petal. There we go. So that's the card so far. Okay? The next thing I want to do is I'm going to stamp the inside while that's drying. Be very careful though. I want to get out my crushed curry and my wishing you stamp. Wishing. I'm going to put this right here. Holding it down and lifting up. Look at how perfect that turned out. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm going to get out my cleaner. Clean it off, that way I don't get ink everywhere. I'm good about that one. And then I'm going to put on there all the best. So wishing you all the best. I'm going to stick it right up into here just like this. There. That looks really good. Okay, double check my card. Everything is still stuck on there real good. Yeah, it's right over there. I was looking for the other one. Where'd my other one go? Then I saw it. I stuck it in a different spot than I normally do. Okay, so now the very next thing you want to do is I want to get my crushed curry, which is already out. And I also want to get my Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to grab my Daffodil Delight because it is a lighter color, and I'm going to stamp it right here with that one. And then I'm going to grab the crushed curry. I'm going to match up my flower. And stamp it. And there's a cute little flower. Okay? So that card is done. Now I'm going to grab my envelope and do the same thing. A lighter yellow. Put it right there. And do the envelope on the front. Close the ink up so I don't get it all over myself. Go to the next one. Line it up and stamp it down. Line that one up. And the envelope is done. So it says, congratulations. Wishing you all the best. And that's, oh wait, I forgot one leaf right here. I almost forgot about my other leaf. And oh wait, there is one more thing actually. So the next thing I'm going to do, which I almost forgot, and I think you're gonna like this. So I have this, usually I'll use stickles, but then a while back I bought some Nuevo dots and they have glitter in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Nuevo dots out. Then, so what I did on this card, if you take a look right here, see how it looks sparkly? So over that brown, and it doesn't take long, this is already dry. It doesn't take very long to dry, seriously. I think I put that on like 10 minutes ago, maybe, at the very most. I decided that at the last minute. So I'm gonna put little dots everywhere to bring out even more sparkle. I wanted this card really sparkly. So this is like putting bling on it. And that's what makes it really cool. Then I'm gonna go in the middle of these flowers. And that'll really make the center pop out. And that's why I wanted the brown there, because I got the gold glitter to go on top. There we go. So cute. I love this card. You know, I've made a lot of different cards, but I don't know. Well, I know the seniors, when I do the senior center, they always say, this is better than the last one. And it did not smear. That's incredible. So there you go. And they did the glitter glue too. Well, the Nuevo dots. But they didn't do it in the middle. They just did the outside. So that's the card. And here's the other ones that I made. This one says congratulations. This one says thinking of you. And this one says a note. So I think they did the thinking of you. So that's my card for delightful wishes. And I'll come back in the next few days or before the end of the month and do one more card with this, and I'll be done with this for the month. But you never know, I might come up with something else and just throw it in there. Okay, so have a great evening and thank you for watching. Bye.